Woohoo! Big win, Windy City Digits. The W.
Huge win tonight. Huge win. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Windy City Digits Live. This is Carl. That's Vic. Bulls get a huge win in Milwaukee tonight. 118-113. Win their second in a row. Plenty to talk about. A lot of good things. Some concerning things, but overall a good night.
I know what you're going to say about concerning things, but let's break down the digits.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start off the first quarter.
Okay.
Let's just talk about the first quarter. Like, what do you like about what the Bulls have been doing the last two games? And we could only really say the last two games.
Cokes, what's going on, man? LFG, baby. Look, the main thing is that we're not down huge in the first quarter, right?
We weren't shooting very good in the beginning of that first quarter. Right at the get-go.
No. I mean, look, I don't know what it is about the first quarter, right? I mean, I don't know if we're just trying to get ourselves established. We're trying to focus on defense. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but you know, DeMar looks like, yeah. I mean, look, we made a good run in the second quarter. I mean, we're down, like we were pretty much even at the end of the first quarter, kind of came back a little bit and fell down a little bit in the second quarter and came back, right? To be down by a point.
Look at we got out rebounded by 13 and we beat them. 13. I mean, that was the worst part of the game was our defensive rebounding. They got so many second chances, and if we would have cut that down, yet alone, we could have won this game by 10.
Look, I think part of that is the Giannis factor, right? They're so focused on Giannis that you got two or three guys surrounding him that there's other guys open. There are a lot of long rebounds that just kind of came out to those guys. Right?
Yeah, but I think there was a lot like that, but there was a lot of not boxing out at the top of the key, which led to those longer rebounds too. So their guards were coming up and getting the ball on those long rebounds because we weren't boxing out. Stacey King said something about that. You can't just assume they're going to make the shot and start going down the floor.
Oh, well, look, part of that was the fact you're right, because our guards were leaking out. Like they were trying to make a break and they were kind of cherry picking and trying to leak out, and they got a rebound. Yes, that part is true. Right. But again, I think a lot of it, like, especially in the second half, like the third quarter or the fourth quarter, started fourth quarter, we made that run. Giannis had a couple shots that kind of fell short and he just grabbed a rebound. We couldn't get a rebound to save our life, even with Drummond in there. Patrick Williams wasn't the greatest on the boards tonight. But again, they did just enough to win.
He played really solid defense on Giannis for the first three quarters. And then that fourth quarter was troublesome. I mean, like they had a very difficult time of controlling Giannis coming down the floor until those last 4 or 5 minutes. Well, the last 4 or 5 minutes were really good.
It's like what Stacey said. I mean, right? I mean, it's the fact that they got to cut him off early. What he's trying to do.
Yep. Did you like? You know what I liked? I saw Ayo getting ticked off. Did you see when he made that block? I think it was at the end of the first half, maybe against their point. Why can I think of his name?
Holiday.
I thought it was against Holiday. It was him and Zach down there, and then he was getting ticked off at the rest of his team for not getting back on defense. I love that. I also like that Caruso was giving it to Zach when Giannis came down, that Zach didn't seal him off at the elbow. I like that they're like holding each other accountable.
Yeah, look, I'm glad those guys are stepping up, right? I'm glad those guys are vocal leaders, right? But to be honest, I mean, that's got to be coming from Zach.
Did you say Giannis?
No, to be honest, that's got to be coming from Zach. Zach's got to be. I mean, maybe he's not the most vocal guy, right? Not like Ayo or Caruso, but Zach's just got to be better. Period.
Demar was fabulous tonight. On both sides of the ball, playing outstanding defense.
Mhm.
Kobe White was phenomenal on defense as well. And his hustle, I mean, he's diving on the floor just like Caruso does.
Yeah. So, like, I think the biggest number that I kept texting you about tonight was we had 12 blocks tonight. I mean, that's an
Outstanding,
unreal
man.
number, right? I mean, against a team like that, they only had 3. Skokes, you're talking about P. Will, right? He played great on the defense. Vic and I were texting back and forth. I think it was the second period where he had a fast break and it completely fumbled the whole thing.
He threw it
I
away
want him to
trying to get
see,
it.
yeah, I want him to see him be a little more aggressive on the offensive side. He made some big shots down the stretch and he made a nice rebound. That shows that some growth in there. Like he didn't shy away from the moment, right? He made some great plays in the fourth quarter. Again, great defense. And that's what we've talked about, right? That's the reason why you have Patrick Williams to play defense on guys like Giannis to match up against him.
Yep.
Right.
Like Kawhi. I mean, he's got the hardest defensive assignments every game.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Right. Because look, to be honest, you're not going to count on DeMar was great tonight, but you're not going to count on his defense every night.
No, God, that dude was outstanding. Patrick Williams and Io, just in terms of handling the ball, they both had 3 turnovers. Just had some bad times, but I agree with you. Pat Williams should have dunked that ball. He should have came up straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Guadalupe, Dragic, he the last game against the Celtics, he got a stinger, so his arm's a little, I don't know if it's numb still, but he's been having some problems with his tingliness down his arm.
Well, you know what? To be honest, that benefited us tonight because if Dragic is available, Kobe doesn't play in the fourth.
No, and that was an outstanding move by Billy D.
Yeah, he realizing that Io didn't have it in the fourth quarter, to be able to pull that trigger and to put Kobe in that spot. I mean, Kobe was 5 for 10 from the field, 4 for 7 from deep, had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, which were huge, and even had 1 block. 14 points plus 7 tonight for Kobe, which was huge. So Guadalupe, thanks for checking in on that. Yeah, that kind of explained what happened with Dragic tonight. Look, Skokes, we've talked about this. You're one of the guys that's been with us a lot, right? I mean, Patrick Williams, his major contribution right now has to be on the defensive end, right? He's slowly getting the offensive thing figured out. Tonight, he made some great plays. I remember there was one offensive set. I think it was in the third quarter. They tried to get the ball to DeMar. He was covered. They tried to get the ball to Zach. He was covered. Patrick Williams got the ball on the wing, drove it to the left, got to the free throw line, got a nice shot off. That's a great job by him tonight, to at least not be afraid of that moment to take that shot, right? So, look, we know
some great charges too today. Caruso, DeMar, I think 2 times, honestly.
Yeah.
They were moving their feet. Except the one bad part of the game was them trying to block the shots too much and not stay on their feet. We both talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
And then just the fact Zach kept on taking those fadeaway 3-point shots.
Ugh.
His shot was awful again. At least in the fourth quarter, but he took a lot of shots that fourth quarter. Where I'm like, hey, Vooch just hit 2 threes from the corner. Why aren't we trying to get the ball to Vooch in those scenarios when he's hot?
And DeMar was hot too.
DeMar was hot, man.
So Zach in the second half combined was 2 for 12 in the second half. In the fourth quarter, he was 1 for 8. And he missed 5 3-pointers in that fourth quarter.
Yep.
This is now the second game in 3 where Zach hurt you in the fourth quarter, right?
Yep.
Now I think him complaining the other night in the Magic game caused Billy to leave him in the game tonight, right?
I agree.
And Iowa wasn't playing that great. So I think
But
that's why Zach stayed in the game.
yeah, but I think they would have done better with Javante instead of Zach in that time period. So, but I think you're right. I don't think Billy Donovan could pull him out after what happened the last time.
Yeah. So this is the concerning thing, right? I mean,
Yep.
we've talked about this. He is your max $200 million guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
DeMar was hot in the fourth quarter. Vooch hit a couple of huge threes.
Dang,
Kobe
that one three from the top of the key, dude. That was long.
Kobe hit 2 big threes from deep, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where this leaves Zach.
Well, you know what though. To be honest with you, they were double teaming DeMar at some times. I mean, Zach had some open shots during that fourth quarter too. At the end, he just wasn't hitting them. Some of his shots were decent shots, but he was just cold. It was those shots that he's taking that are those fadeaways that I don't like. I don't dislike him taking threes that when he's wide open and they find him. But then again, I don't know if he should have been in the game again.
I don't care what kind of shots he's taking. The fact is that they're focusing so much on DeMar. He's going to be open, right?
Correct. And he's going to have to hit those shots.
Look, Vooch hit 2 big threes.
Huge threes, man.
Right? Unconscious. Kobe, 2 big threes. Unconscious. Right? Zach, he's got to hit those shots. Period. Yeah, like I don't care if they're fading away. I don't care what they are. He's got to hit those shots.
He's got to hit those open shots, man. He's better than this. He's not this bad. He's looking bad. It just doesn't look good.
Look, it's a problem because, I mean, DeMar can't keep this pace up for another 60-something games. Right?
No, DeMar is like Cal Ripken of baseball, man. DeMar is pretty durable.
No, the point is that you can't expect him to perform like this for 60 games and expect him to be ready to go and have energy in May in the playoffs. It's not going to happen.
No, I disagree with that. DeMar is a durable player. If you look back at his games and stuff for all the teams he's played at, he plays constantly. I mean, maybe he's not going to be hitting 30 to 40 a game. This is like you talking about Justin Fields and not wanting him.
No. It's not. Hey, look at him last year in the playoffs. He was tired. He even admitted. He even said it. He was wiped out.
Okay, it was one series.
One series that knocked you out of the playoffs.
They weren't going to win that series. They just didn't have a team to
play them. The point being is you need to have everyone as fresh as possible in that, right? Yeah. See, Skokes even says it. And this is good. This is a good night for me.
I disagree with you guys.
Look, you can't keep up this pace. You know, I mean, Zach has to be better. And there has to be nights when Zach needs to take, there was a couple.
They had 6 guys in double figures, man. It wasn't just DeMar. We had people pick up the slack too. So
look, if Kobe doesn't hit those threes or Vooch, we lose. And what are we talking about? We're talking about how Zach went 1 for 8 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we're talking about his lack. I got it. The kid is crying, man.
Okay. Well, you can drop off. I'll continue it from here if you need to go.
It'll go sky high now.
Right. Whatever.
Love you guys.
All right. See ya. So I'm going to continue on here since Vic has got to step away here. So the other thing I wanted to talk about tonight, was this is the best defense I think the Bulls have played all year. There was a lot of help defense. Milwaukee has killed us with a lot of offensive rebounds, with a lot of 3-pointers, second chance points. But tonight, that didn't seem to hurt us as much. Lopez didn't hurt us as much tonight. Allen didn't hurt us as much tonight. I think maybe we're on to something. Let Giannis score as many points as he wants. Jeffrey, what's going on? Thanks for checking in, man. Guadalupe, here's the thing. We just beat the number 1 and number 2 team in the Eastern Conference. One on the road, one at home. Boston, we beat twice decisively. It'll be interesting to see what happens when we go to Boston and we have to play them at their court. But tonight, I think, was kind of should say something to the Bulls and the fact that, to the players anyway, like, look, they can compete with anybody. If on a nightly basis, they're going to need more than the big three, right? They're going to need more than the big three every night. But tonight, for the most part, those guys kind of came through tonight and were huge tonight. But we're going to need more than that. We're going to need more than Zach and DeMar. But to be honest, Zach was kind of non-existent in the second half, which was really disappointing tonight. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens now as I think they hit the road. A little bit of a break here for a couple of days, and then they hit the road for, I think they play again on Friday night. Let me just check that really quick. Give me 1 second here. They play Friday night in OKC, who's also 7-10. So hopefully they can start off the road trip in a good way there. But again, we'll have to see. So I don't know what you guys thought about Guadalupe. Another good comment here about Drummond. Drummond is been a huge pickup for us. I've been talking about this and the fact that he's a guy that potentially is going to get you 10 plus rebounds every night. And if he gives you any points at all, that's a bonus, right? Tonight, let me just double check the box score with him really quick. Let's see here. Drummond gave you 2 points. And I think it was literally he literally hook shot it, just kind of threw it up in the basket and it kind of went in. But where he's going to help you is that he got you 2 blocks. He got you 8 rebounds, 7 on the defensive side, and 2 blocks. So, that's where he's going to contribute. The one guy that hurt us tonight, that didn't play was Dragic. I hopefully the stinger isn't going to be anything long-term, but Dragic comes in with that second unit and it definitely kind of calms us down. And those of you that are new here to the channel and haven't been watching a whole lot of our post games, that connection that Dragic has with Drummond, they run a pick and roll pretty good between the two of them. And he's got obviously a connection with Derrick Jones Jr. Seems to be developing a chemistry with Javonte Green on that second unit. So on a nightly basis, I feel pretty good about our bench. Tonight, Kobe came up huge. Javonte again is coming up huge as he usually does. So kudos to the bench. And Caruso, look, Caruso isn't going to give you big numbers every night. It's more this hustle stats, the stuff that's not going to show up in the box score. So let's see here. Yes, correct, Skokes. You can't beat Boston. You can't beat Milwaukee and then go on the road and then lose to Oklahoma City. Just can't do it. You got to keep this train rolling. You got to get back to 500. I think we're 8-10 now. You got to get back to 500 and then kind of take your chances from there. The fact that Indiana is playing better than us right now is a little disappointing, but give credit to Indiana that they're playing well. But this gives me hope. This gives me some kind of hope that hopefully, this will wake up the team, and give them a little more confidence in knowing that they can play, that it's going to take all of them to win. You can't rely on DeMar every single night to get you 30 plus points, 35 plus points, 36 points tonight. You can't count them in every game to come in and bail you out. The great thing about the end of tonight's game was it was Kobe and it was Vooch that hit the shots at the end. It wasn't DeMar taking the shot. Zach was awful, unfortunately, tonight. But DeMar was moving the ball. I mean, he got assists, quite a few assists out of that. I mean, he got 8 assists tonight. I think DeMar averages less than 4 on the season. So the fact that DeMar got 8 assists tonight and still scored 36 points, that's just huge. I don't know any other way to put it. So good way to enter into Thanksgiving for the Bulls. Just a quick note for all of you guys here watching us here on the channel. We do appreciate all of you guys. Thank you to everyone. We do hope that all of you have a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. Take some time to count your blessings. They are there. Trust me. Vic and I are very thankful for each and every single one of you. Skokes, Jeffrey, Guadalupe, thanks for checking in tonight. A lot of our regular viewers that watch us on YouTube here, also on Facebook and Twitter. We do appreciate all you guys very much. We hope you guys have a very great Thanksgiving. If you have any chance yet, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, get notified on future episodes. And we will see you guys in the next video Friday night. Take care, everyone. Peace, love, and digits.